That's level 1. Ouch. Contains an enemy which you need to defeat. Yeah. I think, is it time to go back to the project? If we fully clear it, we'll get a shard. But I don't know, especially with poor Rambot so hammered. We should try it. 16 points. Yeah, let's not. We got enough points. We could get over there and get back again if we wanted to. But I need to heal, so... Alright, let's leave that the way it is for the moment. Let's go visit the project. I need to talk about the project. Alright, so we have arrived at the project. We will enter the project. Alright. Got it. Collect energy shards. Yeah. Gain experience for the quest line. He wants me to go find a bunker. Skip the story stuff. Alright. So, there's the bunker he wants me to go to. Let's go do some other stuff. So we now have access to the colony button while we're out driving around. There's only certain things we can do remotely, but while we're here at the project, it's always free to jump in and out of this while you're in the location. Right now, it says energy shardless. That is not good. Population 2570. It has 100 supplies, and it's going to generate 138 during the... after we go through our 20 turns, and we go to the second season, then it'll generate 138 for us to come pick up and purchase. Production, how much work they can get done towards building upgrades is 27. Our expedition, we're at 50 grivs, 143 out of 225 supplies. I think this number increases. I don't know if this increases from leveling up or from number of people in the group, meaning they can carry more. Because I've seen it go up, but I couldn't isolate, and it doesn't tell me in any of the pop-ups how you actually increase the value. It says what it is, but it doesn't say how you increase it. But I know it does go up. We're on turn 2 out of 20 in the first season. And we have these options to go visit. The bar doesn't have anybody in it for us to interact with quite yet. Somebody will show up here in a bit. And that's where we meet NPCs and quest givers and things like that. City Hall. Let's go to City Hall. All right, here's City Hall. We are the mayor. We're the leader of the colony. We have a deputy, Bakovi. He has a specialization in local markets, expands the city market item pool by 1. Same thing there, same thing there. So our market item pool is pretty heavy. I think I might try to fire some of these guys and get a better mix. Arcane Gardens, increase city seasonal supplies production. So we're getting 10 extra of that number because of her advisor ability. All right, and then down at the bottom, City Garrison, Low-Dose. Hey there, you're a Gabo. 500. I don't know what the power level currently actually means. I haven't had a colony fight anything yet, so I'm a little fuzzy on just what this does. But by unlocking tech levels for the city, we can unlock additional slots for the garrison to fight off people that come to try to raid us. And then we have the council power. So council power, there's going to be random events to occur here back at the colony. While we're away, if an event fires, whatever the council makeup and what their skills are is going to determine the outcome of the event. We'll sometimes be contacted and we'll have an option to make a choice based on the skill levels involved, but the numbers are based on the council members that are there when we're gone. So at some point, I think it's when we unlock the levels for the tower, we'll be given an option to fire and rehire one or all of these guys. So we'll do that when we get to that point. So that's City Hall. You don't do much here other than this is all auto, and you can just see your numbers, and you can decide if you like these guys or not. Core Development Room. This is one of the big ones. All right. So the goal of the game is to click this button. Provides optimal core stability. Once achieved, the future of this civilization will be secured. So as soon as we click that button, yay, we win. Now, in order to click that button, we have to click the previous buttons. So this is the first button we have to click. It requires 10 energy shards to advance. Provides bonus city growth. Check research lab for unlocks. The core will now use 2 energy shards per season. So right now, we have 2 shards in our inventory. I'm going to donate those shards. It lights up 2 of the little bubbles. We have to get all 10 of them lit up before we'll be able to hit a button to unlock this. Once we do that, it's going to give us some bonuses, and the shard usage per 20 turns or per season is going to increase by 1 each time we click these. So this shard thing works as a timer so that you can't just dilly-dally dawdle your way through the apocalypse. You got to be out there hustling. You got to be out there grabbing shards, bringing them back, unlocking, progressing, and so on. If you just waste a bunch of time traveling around, sniffing the flowers and petting the puppy dogs, you know, you're going to run out of shards and you'll never be able to complete the level 5 upgrade. So that's kind of the timer pressure. Now, I don't know if there's other pressure in regards to unlocks or time passage with like the raiders getting stronger or anything. We'll find out, but this is something that's just a steady progression you got to deal with. All right, population largely also controls city production, so I think this determines your base value of this, and then we're going to be able to build upgrades for our colony. Right now we have an unlock new projects option. I mentioned these STL items that we bring back, that we loot. There's 4 different categories. Each of the domains has a category. So we got divine, dark, technology, and magic. We're pretty focused on the technology STLs and the upgrade paths from that. So I'm going to go ahead and say transfer to Print Forge, which is the research lab, but you can use these in either or. So these things here are used for 2 different purposes. Building unlocks that you can then construct based on your production value. It might say a particular building gives you a particular bonus, and it's going to cost 200 production to build. So you unlock it, then you select it to be constructed, and you produce this amount towards the production of that item each turn. And the different categories are going to give you different build options, different building options that have different bonuses. So let's go ahead and hit this button. We have enough. We need 5 per to get a breakthrough. So let's go ahead and do a breakthrough for the tech. Breakthrough achieved. We can now construct sewage infrastructure or a drone hangar. 200 points to build it, so it would take us roughly 10 turns to build. We have discovered 0, constructed 0. I'm not sure about the discovered 0 part, but yeah, I haven't built any yet. You can have multiples of these. I don't know if these are the only choices for tech. And there's like 8 different building upgrades, but you have to unlock the other versions for the other ones. I'm a little fuzzy on how many different options there are within a category. Maybe I've seen one other choice in the tech, so there may be more than just the 2. But sewage infrastructure is going to recruitment unlocks, cyber rodents, and strigobats. So we'll have those guys available as minions that we can hire into our group, our party that we travel out on, and it's going to give us 150 population instantly. The drone hangar is going to do recruitment unlock drones, and it's going to increase the garrison slots by 1, giving us more defense value in that city hall screen. Let's go ahead and do the drone hangar. So we'll pick that, close that screen, and we now have the drone hangar listed. I'll tell it to construct. It goes into this first slot, and it's just going to then apply 27 points per turn unless we find a way of increasing this value. You can only build one thing at a time. So if I unlock and say to build other things, it won't let me queue them up until this one's done. But that's how it works. So we do have some points in these other categories still, but I'm going to cancel that for now and show you some other stuff. So that's the main point here, is you dump in your core shards, you try to get this thing filled up. You're going to want more than the base 10 because it's going to, especially depending on what time frame you're on in the turn sequence, you don't want to, on the last turn of a season, fill it and use it and then have no energy shards left over to actually pay the upkeep cost. So, you know, be careful of the timing there. And then these unlock as you go up the tech levels. All right, so let's go down to the Tower of Commerce. So Tower of Commerce, we have recruits, depending on what we've unlocked so far. Humans only at the moment. If we took that other building and we got it built, we'd have another option up here. We don't have any emergency supplies currently. This will unlock here shortly. But there are 100 supplies available for us to purchase. We only have 175 value of cash currently. But just realize anything we transfer over, we can take back again on a 1-for-1. So what I mean by that is if I donate the mushrooms, it's going to be just 7 value because it's 1 per each times 7. So we're going to go up to 182. 182. But they're still here, and they only cost 1. I can take them back again, and I'm back to the 175. So what we're doing here is we're making them available in the colony. I can pull them out later, but they pay me money for the equivalent value of the items that I'm putting in. Now, certain things I want to keep, because that crafting screen that we saw earlier in the camp screen is going to require raw materials of various types. We might need mushrooms to make, it says, Slavens even learn to make vodka from them, so this could be a critical item for making certain food items. I don't know all the recipes yet. We've got some ice cream, we've got some berries. I'll keep those. I know we need gears for certain crafting. I haven't seen anything that uses the wood, so we'll go ahead and transfer that. And we'll transfer these circuit boards. Alright, so we have 242 value. I want all of the supplies. That is going to be our #1 problem. So we're at 243 out of... Are we oversupplied? Was it 225 or was it 250? Leave. It was 225, so we're a little oversupplied. So we're getting this weight penalty here because we've got too many supplies for our carry capacity. But I'm going to hire a minion and we'll see if our number goes up. And we also have somebody heavily wounded. I talked about these are like dashboard warning indicators on your car. Just if something lights up, point at it and it'll tell you what the problem is. All right, back in here. Back to the commerce. Who do we want for a minion? We got a couple of dark. We got, nope, that's the dark. These are magic. And that's tech. So we have Bertrand, who's armored, has power leech, engineering, and medical skill primarily. But he's not specifically listed as a medic. 21 hit points, only does 4 damage. We have a darkness domain character. Death Feast. Restores health and shield to the enchanted unit on any unit knockout. Alright, so you eliminate an enemy in combat and you get 1 point of heal and shield. Versatile, gives bonus XP gain. What are your stats? You're kind of an all-arounder. You're contributing in a bunch of different things. And you have 5 damage. We've got Vladislav Makowski. Another kind of all-rounder with nothing in particular too interesting. 6 damage, though, and pretty good health. Low shields. Wow, 2 shields. I guess... Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. The magic users are going to have low shield values. Swift +2 increases initiative. I don't know what initiative is used for. What the hell does initiative do? It's a I go you go system. So what does initiative actually do? I've never seen initiative listed anywhere, and I can't get details on it. There's a couple of things like that I've seen where it says something, but I can't find anywhere to point at it to give me a screen to give me details. I don't understand what initiative actually does. Scouting, charm, rituals. Yeah, a bunch of kind of all-rounders. Do we lean into the engineering? Get another guy that's going to contribute to engineering and medical? I think that's what we'll do. I want 1 extra guy. He's also got armored 2, which reduces damage he takes by 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's hire this guy. So, confirm. Now, I don't think it says on this screen what my carry capacity... Oh, yep, right there. 275. So it did go up. Went up by 50. All right. The dark guy, I guess. I mean, XP bonus is nice. He'll level up faster. Rituals is crafting. Bless is healing. He's not much else in the other ones. But he doesn't cost much. Sure, we'll hire him. Alright, so that's how it works, though. You can recruit. New recruits are going to show up, I think, on the season change. You get additional recruits. Hire experts and menus, travel with you, help during fights. A new number of new volunteers appear every season. Constructing certain buildings will unlock characters from other races. New recruits have a chance to show up in the new season. So, yeah. So, you can unlock races, you can put up certain buildings. Another thing is, the buildings you choose to upgrade in the colony are going to have a weighting effect on certain events and certain options and certain bonuses that you receive. So if you go all technology, you're going to have things skewed towards the technology domain. If you spread it out, I don't know the actual, I can't explain the differences because I've only really done one kind of playthrough run so far, and I only made it a short way before I decided to go ahead and start playing. But I did see that we got bonuses as I got equipment, or I got the building upgrades done towards the technology. I think everything I made was technology. So initiative is who goes first in combat. Default is 50-50. So I guess I haven't seen that many combats. I guess that could be true. I didn't pay attention really to whether he went first or I went first. Huh. But it doesn't, I don't remember seeing any initiative numbers anywhere. Nowhere on the interfaces do I remember seeing an initiative number listed. So how would I know? And how would I know what the enemy's initiative is to compare? So, huh. All right, whatever. Yeah, so we got recruits, we got locked races. Here's the emergency supplies now. So we've got $100. We bought every supply the colony has available. I could buy 1 for 5 or 10 for 50. I mean, same ratio, but I could spend 100 of my 102 and buy 20 more supplies to add to our stockpile here. So if we grab a bunch of stuff, bring it back and trade it in, we can buy emergency supplies above and beyond what the stockpile is. And remember, this isn't going to occur. The supply update isn't going to occur for another 18 turns. We're only on turn 2. It's not going to appear until turn 20 processes, or turn 1 of the next season. So you got to be careful about spending supplies on all those camp activities or out in the world. When you're making those success checks, when you're picking something from a list for an event and you roll and fail, there's a button on that screen you can press to re-roll, but it costs supplies to do it. So there's various ways you can spend supplies, but just be very careful with that number. All right, that's pretty much everything you need to know here. So you can transfer anything you want back and forth. So I don't know that there's a slot limit for the expedition. You're not limited to this number of inventory. If we go here, I mean, I don't even know if this is the limit or if it's just going to put a button down here that says next page. Supplies is the only thing it seems to track a quantity of that's allowed without giving you a negative. But, you know, you need to trade things in to get the cash value so you can buy supplies and so on. But you want to keep certain things for the recipes for crafting. All right, back into the building. We're almost done. Research lab. All right. So, things to talk about here. We have categories we can research. This is going to unlock crafting recipes that we can use. We are currently set to items. There is a card booster section. But let's talk about items first. So, there are 5 different categories. We start with this innermost that lets us craft basic items. If we get 3 research points, we could unlock one of these next categories. So we got hand items, head items, gadget items, the computer console items, and body items. So you just generate research points and then click whichever category you want to unlock, and that will give you access to certain recipes in that category that you can craft. And then the same thing with the card boosters. The difference is this is literally a booster pack like any collectible card game. So if I spent the points to unlock that, I would be able to craft in the crafting screen a technology card booster pack. And once I built it, I could click on it and it would randomly draw 3 cards for me from the technology deck, common cards, and I would get to pick one to keep and add to my combat deck. Now the innermost 2 layers are common cards. So common, whoops, actually that says common, uncommon, rare. I think that arrangement's different on the other screen. So we got rare at the outside, 2 uncommons, and one common. If we go to items, I think it changes. So common, uncommon, and rare. I guess I was counting this when I was thinking about it earlier. But the color changes as well. I'm not sure if you can jump categories if I accumulated enough points. If I actually just stored up 7 points, if I could jump from here to here. And I don't know if you can buy the same thing multiple times. Like if I wanted 2 of this, Can I buy that? Can I spend 3 points and then another 3 points to select the same one? I haven't tried that either. So we'll accumulate points and we'll do this stuff. Now, the way you get points is here. You either get it by donating items into the 3MD print forge. So this would just be 9 value worth. That generates 9% towards another research point being crafted. Or you donate STL files, which gives you 20 points of progress. So 5 of these STL files that are also used to unlock blueprints for your colony engine. Instead of doing that, you can donate them from this screen in whatever amount you want. So if I donate all 5, we're going to get 1 colony point because we've hit 100%. So it's 2 different uses for those STLs that you bring back to the base. You have to decide whether you want to use them to fuel building upgrades or research points. Not all of the resources can be donated to the print forge, so we put a bunch of stuff from the Tower of Commerce over here. I'm not sure if the wood can be done. I'm pretty sure the mushrooms cannot. I don't think food items can be. Oops. Back inside. Back to research. Yeah, see, it's only listing certain items, so food items don't count. I think I'm going to go ahead and donate these here to research. Why not? And sure, let's do 5 of these, get us to a nice even 20, and then I'm going to go ahead and donate 4 of the divine. I'm going to focus mostly on tech, and that'll get us another research point. So now we have 3. So I could purchase one of these outer rings, or... another thing I noticed is, notice the cost here, 1, 1, 2, and 4. That's because technology is diametrically essentially opposed to divine. And I assume if you pick a different character domain, it's going to rotate these values based on the domain that you're kind of attached to. So within your own domain, it's a lot cheaper than it is to go out of your domain. And the tech level does not limit your research options with the unlock. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another thing. The tech level of your core is also going to cause a price change here. So if you only have a level 1 core, it's normal cost for level 1 cards, but it gets more expensive otherwise. All right. I'm gonna save my points for the moment. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I just wanted to get far enough that I could kind of explain what's going on here. The last place is the bar. We have nobody to talk to. But there you go. That's the colony management part. And again, you can do some of this stuff from remote positions, but you have to come here to drop off your cores, go to the commerce area, drop off items to get some cash. So we're going to go scour the landscape, go into all the POIs we can find, try to complete them, try to max 100%, scout a region, try to complete all of the POIs within a region, at which point we get a big bonus. We get extra shards. We get extra resources to bring back. So there's a number of things we're going to be doing, and we're going to try to maximize our usage of the movement points, our supplies, just a bunch of stuff that you're kind of juggling. All right. That covers 99% of the gameplay, I think. Now we just need to play for a while, so less talky-talky, more running around and doing stuff. So what do we do right now? We do have a wounded character. We've got 11 points of movement still. Let's bounce back over here. They want me to go over there. We don't quite have enough points. We could go here and try that second fight. I'm worried about doing it. Let's go there, stop, camp, get a heal on, and then we'll go in. This is going to take 7 of our 11, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, I'm going to not do anything with the remaining 4. We're going into a fight on level 2. We know that. So let's go ahead and set up our camp followers. So we have this guy here who's got massive damage to hit points, and he has 3 wounds. Now, it's going to roll a D3 for healing up the wounds. So, and it lists at the bottom of that list there the wound categories. So minor wounds are 1 to 5. You get -1 to all attributes and -20% card power during challenges. Major wounds are 6 to 10, -2 to all attributes, -40% card power. Serious wounds 11 to 15, cannot participate in combat and challenges. Minions and experts only. Your hero always has to participate. And then deadly wounds are 16 to 20 on the blood drop. Cannot participate in encounters, will die if untreated. So yeah, gotta not have that. Plus, he's only got 1 hit point out of his 10. So we absolutely need to do some healing. Now, there's 2 different categories for the healing. These 2 are hit points. This is wound. This also costs the most, is wound healing. So for each success, it's going to heal an additional wound in addition to their natural wound healing die roll of a D3. So we get lucky. This guy could heal all 3 wounds just on the die roll. So do we want to spend 4 of our precious supplies in order to, get this guy healed up? And I think we do. We need 15 points, so I need a 9 and a 6. I got a 9, but I don't got any 6s. That forces me to put another character in there. That makes me sad. We'd have to triple up on that one. We don't have... Well, we do have territory control in here as well. We're going to gain 9 points without us doing anything. So territory control is the only other thing I want to deal with right now. I don't think we have any crafting. Yeah, we don't have any crafting recipes we can do right now because we don't have any gear. Well, we're absolutely doing that for +9. I'm not scavenging, I'm not crafting, so you're fine to throw in there. That gets us 14 out of the 15. Who's the next most useless? I want territory control for my next option, which is here. So it looks like you're going in. You're only worth 1 in the territory control. And then we'll throw these guys over here. The 0 cost quick recon. We're not going to have enough. We're only generating 9. Oh, we're 1 away. It already had 5 value in it. 1 stinking point. Oh, well. There we go. We're all set up. All of our characters are assigned. And we just process the turn.
Project report incoming.
All right, the bartender has arrived is all they're telling me. So back home. I don't know what short is. Short, expert level 1. This is... I usually see this when it's a faction increase in relationship. Whatever short faction is. Oh, an enemy was moving around. A battle? Really? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think there was too much of that during the daylight hours. Okay. Looks like we got some healing done, though. He completely healed the wound, and he's all the way up to 18 out of 21, so that's really good. We're short just a couple of energy points for our max. Going up against Rusalka Pam. I'm just going to auto-complete this. There's not really going to be much of a fight here, and it's going to take longer than it's worth, so auto-complete. We took a little bit of damage, actually 12 points off of our hero, but hit point damage is pretty easy to clear. And we won the fight. Usually it's just XP and a little bit of resources for those random fights. All right, and then we got some notifications. The healing that occurred. So he healed 2 of his 3 blood drops. Which is good. 2 of his 3 wounds. So the natural healing's guaranteed to get rid of the last one, so we don't need anybody in the wound care. And he got 5 and he got 3. Now this is the turn previous to the fight we just had. And then we got an upgrade, a level upgrade. We hit level 2 for our hero. So it gives you 2 choices. Well, currently 2. I don't think I've ever seen the 3rd one light up, so at some point maybe we get 3. I can either choose to raise my athletics skill from 3 to 5 or, triple down on engineering. We're tripling down on engineering. I'll take 3 points of engineering, thanks. All right, looking at the characters. Let's go ahead and pull everybody out of their jobs. We'll reset them later. So we've got just the single wound. That'll cure, but we do need some hit points on pretty much everybody. So when we do heal, we're guaranteed going to throw you in there. We only need 10, so him by himself is going to get a boost. 2 per success on the healing rate everybody naturally rolls. If I get... That's 14. 6 more points would get us a second one. And unfortunately, again, we're short. This might change, but I'm going to throw it in here for now. And, yeah, sure. All right, so that's going to get us 4 points bonus onto the natural heal rate when we get to that point. But we got to spend our other points first. Do we spend a round healing? I keep wanting to go into this fight. I wasn't expecting a random fight to occur. Yeah, let's give it a try. Alright. Should be able to complete the battle without too much damage. Not sure we'll be able to get more fights in this location before we have to heal up, though. Oh, so nobody got wounds, but we had one guy get real close, the new guy. 58 XP for the group, a couple of darkness STL files. That completes the third. I think this means it's an event, not a direct combat. I think some events can lead to combat, but this will usually be a engineering choice or one of the other types of things. So let's go ahead and hit it.
Awaiting alloy.
Enter the main hall. Structural compromise throughout. Some areas remain viable for exploration. Go to the food section, go to the luxury section, explore the game start electronics. Well, we're engineering turbo mechanoid guy. We're going for electronics. We're a customer. Do I have 100? I don't remember how much money I have. We only have 65. Well, we can not trade. We can trade or give them 100 grivs and we'll get you a loot box, no returns. Oh, okay. So the 100 is for a random loot box. Yeah, let's see if we can trade. We have almost nothing to trade, but they've got some food, some raw materials. Oh, they got a spiked glove, huh? Gadget slot for some 5 intimidation points. That might be worth it. Yeah, let's buy a spiked glove. And we got some XP for the encounter. All right, 1 to go. Doesn't say it's a combat.
Awaiting alloy.
Most tiles have been picked clean as human expression goes. However, the area is vast. Continue searching through the game start electronics. Search the area. Let's just search the area in general.
Warning. Proximity attack triggered.
Fine. Ah, shit. Well, that's quite the range. 6% light versus just total route. Victory! And nobody got wounded. Alright. 58 XP and some sun dust.
Enemy neutralized.
Grab the resources and leave. Oh. We got some Greekian fish, so we apparently hit the market. We got a bunch of food items. All right, and then the building disappears, and we have cabbage available as a resource we can scavenge. So now we'll go here. We now have in our scavenging column polycabbage. Again, we do not need to stay on this space. This is just something we can scavenge from wherever we want while we're inside this territory. For every 15 points of scavenging we can apply via our characters, we will earn 5 polycabbage. We have any meals now? Oh, look at all the meals we can make. We can make ice cream out of blight berries and near milk. We can actually make 2 of them. There's also whatever that is, croquette and a lasagna. So scouting +5 for 2 turns, shield +4, and bless +5. So bless tags into healing. Shield is, combat bonus or combat damage, and then scouting, it works into the scouting the entire territory to take control. All right, I'll show this again for folks that have joined in lately. So if I click off the Have Resources button, it shows everything that can be crafted even though we don't have the resources. And then we also have include not researched. If I turn that on, it shows everything. So there's 4 pages of stuff. But generally, you'll want it on this screen, so it only shows you things that you have researched and have resources for, which for us is just these meals. I may or may not do the meals. We'll see when we end our turn. So we still got 17 points left, but we're pretty hammered. You still have that 1 point. Well, that's right. We haven't done another turn yet, so. Yeah. Hit point bars are low on 3 of our guys, so we got to avoid getting into combats. That's where they want me to go. I don't remember if there's a fight at the start of that one. Let's go find out. All right, no enemies detected. Let's hope not.
Warning. Proximity impact triggered.
All right, leave. Yeah, that's the automated defenses we'll have to get rid of. I don't remember if this is something we can harvest. Let's go find out. Military drop crate. 2 movement points to pick it up. I got 4, so go ahead. We got plastic waste. And that'll be some more as well, but we're out of points. All right, time to do the camp stuff. So we had already set this up. We got 2 successes worth, so we're going to get 4 points of healing on top of their natural healing. That 1 point for the wound will automatically clear because you can't roll less than a 1. So I got 3 more guys I can assign either into territory control, scavenging, or cooking, essentially. I think I'm going to hold off on the cooking stuff. I don't think I can get to 15 points on the scavenging. We can get to 8 with those 2 guys, 7 and 1. And we've got 11 points. We only need 1 more to get the recon bonus. And I don't want to spend supplies. This will speed things up if we do the extended patrol. You get 20 per success and increased detection range. But it costs a pretty significant amount of supplies. And then improved alertness is just that. Grants alert. Which is another one, I'm not sure what it does. Prevent ambush. No, actually, I think I remember somewhere where it said what alert does. I don't remember if that's a group modifier. Not one of the skills. I remember seeing alert somewhere. Whatever. Alright, so we definitely need at least 1 point in here. So I think I'll just stack this up and we'll build up the recon for no points. So just drag those over. Alright, so we got some more level ups. Mouslav, so 3 characters have leveled up. That'll be the 3 I started with. So he can increase his intimidation or his medical. I'm a big fan of leveling mechanics and medical as far as I can, but we need to slot into some of these other skills so we can vary the challenges we can take on. Yeah, let's do medical for a bit. All right, Rambot. Oof, wow. Sure. Rambot is going to do Bless or Rituals. I mean, Bless will get him slightly into some healing. Rituals is the crafting option. I think I'm going to go Rituals for him. And Engineering. All right. And then our healing. We healed the blood drop. We knew that was going to occur. We got only +3 on Rambot. We got 8, 5, and 3, and 5 on the others. So we're back to max. Back to max. We could use 1 more heal, but I could get into a fight if I had to. Now I could go into here, into the group, and if we have somebody that's really wounded like this guy, I could say, nope, you're not allowed to be picked for the fight. Because I can only take 3 guys in with me, and I've got 4. So I could exclude him from being in the mix. Otherwise, it's just going to randomly pick if they're all on this middle option. I can weight it to him being picked by selecting that, but I'm gonna set him to no. That way it'll pick the other guys for the fight. And we're back to 20 points. Let's do this first, and then we'll go back and do this fight. A fuel outpost, or a fuel depot. Get some hex chems. Alright, back to the AR server room, back to the fight. Hmm. That went really, really well. We lost 2 hit points on the Schwarzenegger. Otherwise, everybody else came out of it just fine. We got a really good result. Hey, 5 technology domain files, XP and some cash.
Enemy neutralized.
Gather resources and exit. 2nd level.
Analyzing data.
Arrived at the coordinates. You may enter the top floor and retrieve a small stash of shards. We're looking for the guard called Doorkeeper 1.0. I don't need you to tell me about the history. Apparently, the Doorkeeper guard is not here. Search the rooms.
Data.
Research material on twin alloy compatibility here. Refrain from distributing this to the Formix, or the Femorcs. They may misuse it to be rid of your kind.
Analyzing data.
All right. Plans for the build of the twin C-pod and initial tests for the alloy population to check viability. The alloy population is us, the cyborgs, basically. All right. Twin alloy, why twin? Yeah, apparently we have a twin out there somewhere.
Affirmative.
All right, so he's got a tracker for his door guard. Go outside, look for a big golden troll. Got it. Or medical engineering, analyze the lab to gain the most useful materials. We got good engineering skill and decent medical. Let's give this one a try. All right. Well, I don't think it really made a difference there. I think we got the same result either way. More floors, though. Oh, that's right. We're done until we go find the troll. Then we have to come back. All right, we got 9 points left. So the troll is going to be somewhere. Don't know exactly where. Could be here. Could be here. But we just have to search POIs until we track him down. Let's just roll over to here. It's going to take all 9 to get there. We won't have the point to move in. Go check our camp setup. We need... So we made it past this one. We're going to gain 10 more points, taking us to 48. There's no targets for wound healing, just hit points. And he's the worst at 5 out of 11. So I think we'll take the 14 points. Just that one guy is enough to get the 2-point bonus. So if he gets a decent roll, he'll be back near full. So I don't think we need anybody else there. All right, so what else do we want? 15 points for the cabbage and scavenging. I can't even get to 15 with all of these guys. We're terrible at scavenging. We need charm and intimidation. I don't think we've gained much here. We could do more food. Yeah, let's do some scouting. So we'll set that up as a crafting job. We only need 10 points. We're short 1 again. 9 from you. And I think I'll just do... Who's the worst for scavenging? You're the worst for scavenging. If I can get 3 more points in there, we can get them both done. Alright, let's do you in there. So we're going to generate 24. 20. We'll finish both jobs in 1 round. And then we'll put you guys 10 points into the poly cabbage. It does save the points you've accumulated, so you don't lose anything. Like here it shows 10 out of 15 on recon. Actually, I would love to put somebody in recon. I don't remember either of you guys. Oh, god dang it. Again, 1 point short. That's going to be my nickname. Vormithrax, 1 point short, pejorative. Jib. I don't suppose changing this will help. That'll finish that one. Then I can't get to... Well, I sort of can get to 20. Alright, let's do it like that instead. I'd like to get that extra 10 points into the recon. Okay, we're all set. Healing, we got +6. He's back to full. Everybody's maxed out again. No wounds. We got good energy for options. Somebody leveled. Our leader leveled up again. No, that's not our... No, that's one of the new guys. I do need charm. Yeah, let's take charm. All right, and then we finished to Lazanki. Let's go ahead and go to meals. Let's queue up Lazanki. And by combining these, we're getting some additional benefits, movement point benefits. Is it the little tags down here, the little there that's doing that? You only get that if you do combined? Oh. I'm a little fuzzy there. Camping costs -1 supply, scouting bonus. Ooh, engineering. Ah, sure, go crazy. All right, we got 20 points. Let's head on in. Shelter. Armored underground structure. Inhabited by survivors. So we got a really good mechanical engineering start. Figure out the operating systems and try to open it. Heck yeah. We're going to get 38 from you. That takes us to an 87. I think I'm willing to try for 87. Success.
Mission summary.
Successfully opened. Upper structures are uninhabited and clear for scavenging. There is movement in the lower levels. All right. We got an engineering boost for a couple of turns, earned some gears and some sun dust, and spent the 1 energy point. And it's just 1 more level, so movement down here. It doesn't say that it's a fight.
Mission summary.
All right. Hey, we got 2 energy shards and 5 divine heart. All right. Structure is done. And it unlocked a gears option. Gears are used for quite a few of the crafting recipes, so this wouldn't be a bad one. We've got 12 currently in inventory. Needs 15 for a success. 15 progress will get us 5 gears. Just how much of a priority you want to put on the different categories, I'm a little fuzzy on still without playing it more. All right, so we can't do that until we locate the guy. Let's go ahead and head over here. Old motorway distress signal site. Only 1 location here.
Mission summary.
Overturned vehicle reaches critical structural crisis and ignited, resulting in a small explosion. There's a body inside. It is incinerated along with most belongings. All right, some gears, and that's it. What's our progress? We're only halfway. Ouch. All right. Yeah, let's head over here. Actually, do you do anything? No. Ooh, scary cave. All right, so this has an enemy on the site. I'm not sure if this denotes the difficulty. I know the domain interaction. Let's make a save. V1.